Hey everyone, it's Pickleball with Tyler with Universal Rackets. And if you struggle with hitting your volleys in the net, then this is going to be the video for you. We're going to be going over every single reason why players miss their shots in the net and exactly how to fix. Regardless of your playing level, after you're done watching this whole entire video, you will never hit your volleys in the net again. So make sure you buckle your seatbelts and stay tuned because we are going to have an amazing video. Let's go. Now we're going to get right into it. The first thing that I want you to think about is the angle of your paddle. I want you to think the higher the ball is, the more vertical you want your paddle to be. The lower the ball is, the more diagonal, horizontal, and then even open you want your paddle to be. Where players go wrong and why they net the balls is because when they're making contact around their chest or shoulder height, their paddle's vertical. When their paddle's vertical and you're making contact close to your chest or shoulders, you're going to hit the ball down into the net. I want you to think from now on, the only time that you make contact with a vertical paddle is when the ball is higher than your arm fully extended and you're making contact around the center of your paddle. Unless the ball is this high, you need to make sure that you have your paddle diagonal. Now, for more advanced players, as this video is for all levels, there's one exception to that and one exception only, and that is number one, dropping your center of gravity. There's this shot that players call the scorpion shot, and the reason why is you can only have your paddle vertical, but what you have to do is you have to drop your center of gravity. Notice when I do the scorpion and I drop my center of gravity, notice my paddle's still fully extended. So it's kind of the same roll. It's here, but now I'm dropping down, so it's much lower. Other than that, again, you need to make sure that your paddle is diagonal. You want your paddle like this instead of like this. By having your paddle diagonal, that's going to help you. Instead of swinging down, you're going to be getting under and kind of swinging more forward rather than just swinging downward. I want you to think, again, super high, swing down, and then lower, make your paddle more diagonal. The next reason why, and this is going to save you pain and maybe years or months of being out on the injury reserve, is making sure that you use your wrist and not your arm and shoulder. A lot of players use their arm and shoulder to swing the ball down because they try to be way aggressive. And what happens is look, when I swing with my arm and shoulder, I'm going to automatically, look at my swing path, it's automatically going downward. If I go like this, I'm going to miss a lot of balls in the net. What I need you to do is instead of going like this with your arm and shoulder, I just want you to go like this with your wrist. By finishing in the middle and just using my wrist, it's going to ensure that I'm swinging forward and I don't continue to carry my shot down. So again, it's going to look like this rather than like this. I want to keep my paddle forward. The next thing I want to do is I want to keep my head up. The moment that I drop my head down, my body's going to fall with it. I want to watch the ball hit the center of my paddle, and then I want my head forward. I don't want to drop my head downward. So again, I'm going to be here with my head forward. I'm not going to drop my head downward. The next thing that you can do is you can always make sure that you are balanced when you hit. If you are unbalanced or if you are falling out of balance, the more things can go wrong. A great way to ensure that you're always balanced every single time that you hit the court is you have to make sure that you lower your center of gravity. If I'm standing straight up, I'm going to be able to easily fall out of my shot. However, if I drop down and get into my legs, now I'm going to be balanced. I want to think that of a glass of water on my head. I'm going to try to keep the glass of water above my head. The moment that I fall down, the glass of water is going to fall down. The next thing I'm going to do is when I aim, I'm not going to be aiming for a crazy short angle. If you want to never miss balls in the net again, I want you to aim in the center of the court around the transition zone. This is exactly where I want you to make contact. I don't want you to make contact way, way too far back. I don't want you to make contact super short. If you always want to get your volleys in, aim around here. Now, not only you will be more consistent, let me sell you on this, but also you will get the ball at your opponent's feet and get them in the transition zone. By going towards the center of the court, giving yourself a lot of margin for error, once again, you're not just going to be not netting the ball, not missing the ball, but also you're going to get it exactly at your opponent's feet. The next thing that you really want to do is you want to think that you're hitting upward. Now, this is kind of a difficult concept to grasp. but you're hitting upward or you're exploding upward. Where players go wrong is they're just standing straight up and they're swinging. If I can get into my legs and really think that I'm pushing down into the ground and then pushing up off the ground, notice my legs. I'm still swinging in the center, but I'm pushing down into the ground with my body and then up off the ground. Down into the ground and up off the ground. I'm loading and exploding rather than just swinging down. That's going to help me ensure that my whole swing path is going up. I need to lift the ball. I don't need to just hit down and swing forward. The next thing that you always want to make sure that you do is you never tilt your paddle down too much and you never open up your paddle face. If you want to make sure that your ball goes over, you want to kind of be square at contact. Where players go too wrong is that they're holding their paddle in too much of an Eastern, semi-Western grip, kind of like the grip that they use back at the baseline. If I'm here and the ball's lower, I'm going to maybe net the ball. First one I tried to net it, skim the net. But what I can do to ensure that my paddle isn't in the net every single time, and this is if I hit the ball in the net over and over again, I'm going to open my paddle face a slight bit to make sure I'm continental. The more I turn my paddle face downward, the higher likelihood I have of getting it in the net. The more I open up my paddle face a tiny bit, now I'm able to hit forward. So I need to make sure, again, I'm here. The next thing is contact. I want to make sure I'm making contact out in front and away from my body at all times. The moment that I let the ball get super close to me is when I don't have leverage when I hit. The further out in front I'm going to hit the ball, the earlier it's going to be and the higher the ball is going to be. I'm trying to make contact early and I'm trying to make contact out in front. A lot of times why players go wrong is they net the ball because their ready position is super close to their body. And if your ready position is close to your body, you're going to always make contact close to your body. So you need to make sure that your ready position is out in front so you can get the ball out in front and you can go more forward rather than downward. And that's the next thing. When you're swinging forward, not downward. Again, I'm swinging and I'm going out to the ball and I'm going forward. I'm not always swinging downward, and I'm especially not always swinging downward with my arm and my shoulder. So I'm here and forward. I'm here and forward. More forward, less downward, and keep those balls out of the net. So once again, if you can make sure that you angle your paddle face, if you can make sure that you make contact out in front, if you can make sure that you get into your legs, if you can make sure that you stay on balance, think that you have a glass of water, maximize your target, aim for the center of the court, not use your arm and your shoulder, use your wrist. You will be able to play way better pickleball, hit way less balls in the net, and most importantly, you're going to win more pickleball points. Now make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend, and we will see you guys next time on court.